Hello everybody, welcome to VSL and welcome to round 14 here at the Temple of Speed at Monza. We're here to start a qualifying and yeah, just about got in time to watch Neo start his lap. I believe he was the first out of the pits, hopefully he stayed that way. And yeah, I'm back after a week off revising for an exam which I am may not have went too well, may have went well, I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, I'm back and I should be good for the rest of the season, so yeah, luckily you're gonna get him up with the rest of the season. So yeah, need to get the challenger standings up so that I can actually go through it, because I did miss obviously any changes, so this will be a first for me looking at this to see exactly what's going on. So in the F1 standings we still have Matt in the lead. Matt's in the one up there and second in the Renault, so he's on 161 points. Matter in the Ferrari on 100. This is, like I said, the F1 standings. Then we've got Future in third with 86 points, as Yuri's already retired from the session. I wonder if that is over here. No, surprisingly not. I've got a bit of a curse on Renaults apparently on this game for that Ascari chicane. So he didn't crash there, I'm surprised by that. Anyway, yeah, Future 86 points, he's in third place. He is in the Williams, I believe that is, in fifth. We got Matthew in fourth place with 65 points. He's in the Force India up there in P4. And Neo's time was invalid, as was Matt's. That's a great start. Let's see if we can find somebody else. Here's Ahmed coming through. Senki is in fifth with 60 points. And just looking through there, he's in third there in his McLaren. We got Lee next on 58. He is down in the last position there in his Toro Rosso. Then we got Tom, 48 points, and trying to see if I can actually see his name on there. Can't see it up there, so maybe not here tonight, but oh well. He's going to lose that place potentially then, because Magnet Showman is here and he's only 7 points behind him. Then we got Bugatti on 37. Just trying to see if Bugatti's up here. No, don't see him. So that's a shame for him. We might lose that last place to Neo, if he can actually get a clean lap in, that is. And that looks like Matter's had a bit of a moment on the exit of this first chicane. Doesn't want to keep doing that too often. I know he's only on a sighter lap, but he's still, every lap counts. So that's the F1 standings. I'll go for the F2 standings now. So Kyle, who are watching now, he is currently top there, 182 points, just 9 points clear of Yuri, who just retired there, on 173. RoboJeep is in third with 154, and he's down there in 11th. Metza, 140, he's up in third. Motor Davis, 122 points, and then we got Ahmed, Liam, Goter, Coney, and Luke. And then finally, we're nearly there. In the constructors, it is Haas up top with 95 points, and Ferrari on 72, Mercedes on 71, Renault on 69, McLaren on 64, Toro Rosso on 45, Williams on 41, Red Bull on 37, Cyber on 19, and Force India on 15. So they're all very close in that aspect. And yeah, I'll stop blabbing on about that, and we can actually talk about what's going on track. So obviously Yuri has retired early on there. Not too sure where he's done that, but I would presume it's a crash. I don't think he was maybe planning on that, unless he wants to avoid any turn 1 chaos, which could be advisable. This is one of them tracks where you sort of want to be as far away from everyone else as you possibly can be going into turn 1, because it is just dive bomb central down there for most people. I don't know. Hopefully these guys know what a brake pedal is and won't go dive bomb steady, but you never know. So maybe that's his thinking, or maybe, like I said, maybe he just made a mistake. I don't know. But yeah, the tyres here for qualifying, it should be easy super softs for the qualifying lap itself, and then in the race you can do supers to softs if you're on a wheel. You can stretch to it on a pad if you're good at your tyre conservation. But I imagine we'll probably see a lot of people going supers to mediums. The one constant for once will actually be that super soft tyre, I imagine. I don't see any reason why anyone would do a strategy that doesn't involve them. They are the one of the best tyres here. I would say maybe the sauce is up there as well with it, but yeah, certainly not the worst tyre for once in terms of race conditions. That's good to see. Who's that off the track? It's been Neo. So maybe just getting out of the way there. But we'll keep watching in the future. But anyway, yeah, the whole gist of it, you should be doing your lap here just on them super softs. Now at Scary, this is, in my opinion, the most difficult corner on the circuit because you need to be staying away from them curves as much as possible. And even if you do, the car could still go. I have found this site myself many times on this game, and it's not fun when you lose it there, unless you cause a big pile-up, in which case it becomes quite entertaining. But this is not quite what we want in a league race. But you know, open lobbies, you should try it. It's quite fun. Anyway, Future goes up into P3 there on the super softs. Paul at the moment is Zenki, who I know can go much quicker than that on his super softs at the moment. And he claims he's on a pad, I think. Yeah, I think he's just an alien. But that is just my opinion. Here's Matt, currently down in P11, yet to set a lap. We'll see how he gets on. We've got 5 people here. Hello. I'll look at any comments at the end of qualifying if I remember. And yeah, just remember, by the way, obviously this is a 2-tier league. Both of them are racing their separate tiers at the same time, which means that every tier will have 10 point scores in a race. That means everyone here, as long as they do, you know, their 90% or whatever, they will get their points. And that also means that since there's 2 separate races, there has to be 2 separate qualifying sessions. And that means that both tiers, their fastest driver in each tier will get 1 point for pole, and also 1 point for fastest lap in the race. So that means a maximum of 27 points for both tiers' winning driver if they can manage it. And that means 54 points if my maths isn't horrendous overall for a team if they can manage to, well, just dominate. So we'll see if anyone can do that here. I mean, if there's any track where you can do it, maybe not here because it's a DRS just everywhere. I think it's just like this, a DRS maybe wasn't quite created for, and yeah, it certainly shows with the amount of just overtaking you see here, which is really just not needed for the DRS. But anyway, yeah. Nope, Matt taking the unconventional line through there. Doesn't want to be doing that on his proper lap, he'll get it invalidated. And that's not a great line for Ascari. You can see that that just unsettles the car on the exit there for Goto. He's really, it's a good example of what can happen. And imagine going through there at the top speed, you're off to Narnia. And he will finish a lap or just start one again. Oh my goodness, that's a bit of a late call, wasn't it? That could have went well. Well, it could have went wrong. It did go well, could have went wrong though. And that could have been quite a humorous, well, fatality, really. Here's Ahmed. He's given up. Here's Showman. He's about to start a lap. Let's ride on board with this one. Let's see how he can tackle this track. Don't you dare pit, don't you dare pit, don't you dare pit, please. Good. So, as you can see, he's over-revving the hell out of 7th gear. That's what you should have meant to do here. And it's, you know, do it in real F1, you're ruining your gearbox. But you do it here, that is the strat, ladies and gentlemen. Another reason why this game is so realistic. And that was decent enough through turn 1 and 2. Through the Curva Grande, it's barely even a corner. But, I mean, if you get it wrong, if that's even possible, you're off into the barriers. So, yeah, just make sure you keep it within the lines. And that was a bit of a rear lock-up. Possibly, you can see the rear arm just going on the entry there. Did not look comfortable at all there from Maggot Showman. And through the Lesmos, he's just taking it nice and easily. And I think he may have abandoned that. Mets, damn it. Matter, you're gonna do it for me? You're gonna actually have a lap that I can watch? That would be nice. DRS enabled for the Ferrari driver at the Ferrari's home race. The only Ferrari driver here, so the Tifosi will be putting all their support onto him. No pressure then. And all looking clean enough so far. Of course he's on the soft compound tire, so maybe not the one he's going to eventually qualify on. But I don't know, maybe we can see an alternate strategy. Maybe soft to super could happen. guess that's plausible, but you'd really want to be doing it outside the top 10. Not really in it, so you may as well. Well, then again, there's only 15 drivers and half of them are in a different tier to you, so maybe it would be worth it. I don't know. Anyway, he's 11th, so it wasn't worth it at all, in any way, shape or form. And I'm just talking out of my arse now, so let's just... Oh, that seems to have gone wrong. There's a bit of his car still overtaking him there, after he's hit the wall, and he's finally got back past it. Luke not having a great time on the exit of Ascari, and I suspect he's lost the back end and hit the wall. Here's Matthew then. Currently in 13th place, getting some good speed on the DRS there, nearly to 220. Needs to get the braking right here. You could easily miss that apex, that can ruin the whole chicane for you. Now Matthew got through there okay, wasn't any major dramas, and through the Curva Grande he goes. And to the end of Sector 1, it would help if I didn't pull my mic out when I'm trying to commentate a lot, wouldn't it? He's nailed the curbs there. Now, if you hit them curbs in the wrong way, as Zenki goes to 19 dead, that's more what I was expecting from him. If you hit them curbs too heavily, it can really just affect you. I did a league race last week, and the whole car just it just took flight off that curb, and oh, for God's sake, would everyone stop abandoning laps? Have you got something against me? Come on, man. Oh, that's in the wall. I'm just not getting any luck here with these onboard laps, am I? Lee in the wall. That's gone well. He's in last anyway, so at least it wouldn't affect his position. Is anyone else on a lap? Right. Take your pick here. Who do you think is actually going to finish the lap? I'm going to say Matt will, because he sort of wants to go for a pole, doesn't he? Being the championship leader and everything. So, yeah, let's not abandon it. Yeah, let's get a good one in. And don't crash either, obviously. Just whatever you do, finish the lap for God's sake. And don't take any hour lines. Ooh, nearly a cut on a scar, and again, he's taking the very aggressive lines. Ones that if I was to take them, I would end up upside down in a barrier and probably with my brain smashed in. But, yeah, luckily he knows how to drive, so he's managed to get through there okay. And now, onto the main straight. What's the time? I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. I'm yeah. Love this game. Ahmed, please, I beg. And yes, I did see that. I don't pretend I didn't see that. And yeah. Oh, I swear to God, if you're about to abandon this lap, I'm actually gonna go and find you. Just finish the lap. You're currently in P6. 1.8 seconds off the pace, so you could probably do with gaining a little bit of time there. And up towards the line. Here comes Ahmed, and if you go right now, good man, he's gonna finish the lap. He's improved. Well, I'll take that. I got a lap on board at the end of it anyway. What about Mets? Oh dear. And Luke Crado. Oh dear. Is there anything near Gary? Because I know exactly what's happened now. Surely. Oh, would someone prove my point? Where is that happening? Maybe I'm blind, maybe I missed it. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm just wrong. So Metzer there went up to P4. I think he just finished a lap. Here's Neo getting ready. He was showing pretty good pace, I think, on the soft runs. So we'll see how he does here as Metzer duly retires. 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session here in Italy. We're on for a 27 lap race, I believe, after this as well. So like I say, it should be a pretty easy soft to super or soft to medium race, or the other way round. Just depends what you fancy, really. If you're outside the top 10 anyway, it would be soft to something. Up in the top 10, it would be super to soft to medium. Not soft to super. What am I on about? Anyway, yeah, Neo starts his lap. I sort of hesitate to go on board, but we will anyway, because this should be his final attempt, and he'll hope to make it his best one. You can see there's a few cars he's going to have to pass in the way. There's Lee still in last place at the moment, and nicely done for chicane. They're not getting onto the gravel on the exit, which is very easy to do. And to the left, as he's taking as wide an entry as he possibly can. The back end slide as he heads through, and then to the left move 2 as is. Sort of goes downhill the whole time. Really helps you get a good exit, and in my opinion. Other people don't like it, but I quite like the way Lesmo 2 works. And Ascari, let's see how he handles that one. Let's see how much he rides the curb. Some people like to avoid it more. Some others, like him, will like to use every bit of curb possible, and that's what can happen if you do use all that curb. You could die, and that's another lap I've got on board that's gone wrong. Apologies. I'm just going to stop riding on board now. We've got 30 seconds to go in this session. Man in third place has just died in a wall. And yes, it was scary, because I knew it would happen eventually. Let's watch the Ferrari, as long as no one else is actually on an important lap behind. We got, Mega Showman taking the wrong line after turn 1. And we got Future on the lap, so we'll watch Future and then we will watch the Ferrari. So he's heading now towards the end of the middle sector, currently up in P5. Obviously I will check the F2 pole at the moment. I think it's going to be Metza at the moment. Doesn't look like anyone's there to beat it. And that means Zenki as well will be having the F1 pole as it stands, but I'll check. I need to remember Metza's in F1 or F2. I seem to recall he's in F2. I'm pretty sure he's like third in the championship. I know I literally read this 10 minutes ago. But anyway, here comes Future up towards the line. This is going to be a major improvement. Will it be able to go for pole position? No, but it's a very nice second place. And let's to the Ferrari. We're waiting for Matt and Zenki and Matthew as well. Also finishes, Zenki does retire from the session. He's not going to finish his lap. So it's down to Matt or Matthew. Which of the Matts are going to do it? Matter up towards the line in his Ferrari in front of the Tifosi. It's not going to be brilliant. It's a 9th place at the moment. And here comes the Matt in the Renault, the yellow Renault, up towards the line. Is it pole position for the Renault driver? No, not at the moment. Well, it won't be at all. And Matthew, still in 13th. Will he improve on that? He does get up to P6, I believe that was. And now we can confirm all of the points that get hands out after this. So if the Stanleys would like to load up for me, that would be great. Ooh, 7 people. Hello, 7 people. So Zenki's on pole. He takes the extra point there for the F1 tier. And then yes, it is Metz, I believe, who does take the F2 pole and gets the extra point there. So McLaren are on their way so far to getting that magical 54-point masterclass. They've got 2 points of it so far, and yeah, I'm sure they'll take that, won't they? Anyway, rest of the grid quickly. We're not gonna get there. Okay, we'll just do it on the formation lap. I was gonna attempt to speed through, but then I saw 5 seconds. I'm like, no, not happening, not happening at all. So we got 7 people. Wonder if anyone's been saying anything in the comments. Oh, there have been people saying in the comments. Oh, interesting stuff. Matter doing the usual evening ladies and all that. Just trying to see if Yuri said anything about why he decided to die. I don't think he did though. Lenny doing the usual Owen thing in the chat. Gotta love that. And yeah, just need to wait for the start now. Future was complaining about his lack of teammate, but then he got one, so that's good. And Neo's left. Oh dear, disaster class for Haas. Way. Sorry, I shouldn't be proud of that. Where did Yuri crash? I'm seeing Future saying that Yuri crashed behind him. Where did he actually die? I didn't see it happen. I didn't know where he was. As you can see, that 4th place spot is now empty. And yeah, we also had Matter saying he's on a default setup, so that'll be why he was so slow on his lap, because that'll be 6-6 wins. And on a track like Italy, that is bit. You might as well go home. I mean, the fact he's managed to get to P10 is actually a miracle when you look at it like that. Tyre choices. Neo would have been starting on the soft compound tyre, but unfortunately he's not here, so that's not going to go too well for him. Only other drivers starting on the softs are Rubajeep, Luke, and Yuri. So we'll see how that all works out for them. The rest are all on the supers, and Let's go through the grid then. So it is Zenki then on pole. He gets the extra point for McLaren there for the F1 tier. We've got Future up there in 2nd place and Matt in 3rd. Neo would have been here in 4th, but he's gone, so that means that Metza will be upgraded to that 4th place. He also grabs the extra point for McLaren for the F2 tier. Very good performance from him. Matthew up there in P6 for Force India, which will also be moved up. Let's just pretend that Neo is still here, okay? It's going to get really confusing. Showman in 7th, Goater 8th, Ahmed 9th, Matter on his default setup in 10th, RoboJeep 11th, Kyle in 12th, Luke in 13th, Yuri 14th, and rounded out the field, the man who was in the wall after Yuri, but never actually set a time, Lee. And all the drivers heading now towards the Parabolica, and the fans get ready to see what should be a pretty good race here. We've got a 15-man field. It's only going to be cut down to 14 unless we can see a miraculous recovery and see Neo back to start the race. It's a shame that, because we would have been able to see just how the soft to super strategy would have worked. We're not going to see that anymore, and once again, Zenki, he's a very good driver around here. He will be hard to beat, and we'll see if he can get his fastest lap for his team for F1 and Metz as well. Can the McLarens do it? Can the McLarens get that 54-point haul? It's looking good for them so far. And as we all get ready to go here for the Italian Grand Prix, the lights are on ahead of the drivers. They get away, really good start there for Zenki, gets away nice and quickly. He shouldn't be under any pressure. Future wasn't great off the line. Matt up to P2. Metza really put off the line, but he had some space to go into, so there should be no major dramas there. They all get through turn 1 seemingly alive. And Matthew, really decent start up to P4 there. Of course, they're all going to move out of place thanks to Neo, which you can already see down to last there, and Matter as well falling down on his default setup. Can Matthew pressurise Future up towards chicane? Not going to happen at the moment, but like I say, a very good start there. And gonna just quickly see what's going on back here, because there's yellow flags, and maybe just a little trip into the gravel there, nothing much more for them two at the back. And that is a big crash from Maggot Showman, and Matter, he must be careful there. And I wonder what happened there. Did he just lose it on the exit? That's Goater going past. That is good for the Williams team. That is the F2 lead, I believe. And then straight off the track, and then he loses it. That's going well. Ahmed now looking to chase down Metza. Metza has to be said not looking comfortable, and also has to be said it's not looking too comfortable for Zenki either. On the exit of the Parabolica, it's an okay run for Matt. He should be able to make it work though. Down towards turn 1, that stitch is going to get stronger and stronger, and even without DRS, it's only lap 2. Can Matt pose a threat? Not at the moment. Ahmed though is posing plenty of threat for Matt. Does he keep it? Not quite, nearly contact, but it is Ahmed then past, and I'm going to quickly make sure, yes, that is the F2 lead. So up front, the gap 0.7 of a second. Zenki's been able to pull away a little bit after that tiny little bit of pressure was put on him by Matt. Wonder if Matt regrets not just lunging for it. I know maybe not the smartest option, but it can happen. And I think Maggie Showman just said there in the chat, his crash would be a better thumbnail. Really good thumbnail actually. I should change the thumbnail for after the race. And this is for the F2 lead once again. Metza, is he brave enough? Is he stupid enough? Will he just sit back and wait? I think he will do the smart thing there. Matter up there into P9, and there is the other Red Bull of Luke having his issues there, and Yuri's been off the track on the exit of Ascari, not going particularly well for him. And yeah, we're just seeing a bit of a shaky start. There only one retirement so far, and well, both Red Bulls dead, but you know, the rest seem to be okay. And here we go, Metza once again on Ahmed. DRS is enabled this lap. They won't get it down the main straight, but they will certainly get it soon. It's actually getting some energy on there. That would help, wouldn't it? They all head for turn 1. We got a bit of a train happening here. I wonder what they're going to do when all the F1 guys start to appear. We got Matt and we got Lee coming up on all this, so we'll see how they get through everything. But yeah, Kyle and Yuri in this fight, I think they're about 5th and 6th. Is it for F2? I need to, like I say, check this later. Luke Craddock gets a penalty, not going great for him. But yeah, I don't think today's really about the championship fights. I think it's just about the McLarens, because the McLarens are really having a very decent day so far. And if Metza can just get by Ahmed, if he can do that, then it will be looking like a McLaren 25-point haul each. And 26 points at least for them. And that would be a 52-point haul, which I'm not sure we've seen two, the two teammates win their respective teams. I'm not sure we've seen that yet. I think Goto may have had a bit of a moment there, by the way. We've got RoboJeep on the back, what you call me there. And yeah, like I say, I'm not sure if we've had two victories on the same team, if you get what I mean. I don't know if we've had that yet, but I'm sure I'll find out later on. Anyway, let's see. Metza, does he get through as Luke retires in session and then promptly leaves? Metza gets himself up into the F2 lead once again, down towards turn 1 at the start of lap 4. And the way this track works, it's very easy to go back and forth with these overtakes. So as long as Ahmed can just stay in the slipstream, stay in the flow, he can have a little bit of a look into the chicane. But I personally would wait to the DRS in the start of the next lap, and I wonder if that's what Ahmed is going to do as well. We're seeing yellow flags ahead and nothing happening. Just yeah, maybe just there for no reason. Maybe that's where Luke been. I don't know. And Goto, he's right down the field, isn't he? Down into 11th place now. He was right up with Metza and Ahmed there. He lost on the exit of Ascari, I believe, and it's just sort of got worse for him since then. Future, by the way, is starting to close up to the back of Matt, who's just went off the track there, struggling a little bit through the exit of Ascari. And up towards the Parabolica they go. And we'll be seeing how they handle the DRS. I think Meta went a little bit wide, and there's a few others behind going wide. We've got the two Toro Rossos there, going through the field, a little bit backwards for RoboJeep, and a little bit forwards for Lee. So we'll see how Lee gets past his teammate. You'd imagine, being the F1 driver, Lee should have the preference here, especially since he's under pressure from Kyle. So what do they do? Will RoboJeep risk his own position by letting Lee through? Oh, I don't think he had much of a choice there, did he? They're going to go nearly free abreast if there's any room for Kyle. They've done their best job, the Toro Rossos, if they can really, of boxing the Haas in, but I don't think it's going to quite work out as RoboJeep does lose that place in the end. And the teamwork didn't quite make the dream work this time round, but there is still plenty of time left. It is only lap 5 here at the Italian Grand Prix for VSL, so plenty of time left to do stuff. Matter, by the way, he's had a decent run. He's now going to be catching up to the F2 front runners and seeing if he can get by. He's up into P7 at the moment. And as Ahmed loses just a little bit of time to Metza, that could put him into the clutches of the Ferrari early on. I thought Lee was off to Narnia there for a second, but I think he just sort of got a bit wrong on the exit. Was able to correct it in time to not have any major dramas. But what are these guys going to do now? They know they've got an F1 driver behind them. Does Ahmed even let Matter through here? And he'll still get the DRS on the main street. He'll get a double dose. He saw how useful that was for Kyle. Or will he just sit back? And no, he will. He'll let him through, and he should get a better exit here. But I don't know if he even intends that or not, to be honest. But he will get a good run anyway. Depends what run Matter has though, because if Matter doesn't have a great run, which he doesn't, Ahmed may find himself going back free. Remember, you are allowed to fight the F1 drivers. It's not illegal! And Lee has sort of forgotten to brake there. And oh dear, Ahmed as well, going into the back. There's a bit of a contact going on everywhere through there. And they'd be doing a good job to actually just stay alive here, as they bump and barge into each other. It looks like Ahmed's struggling a bit with the damage there. Wonder if he hit Matter a little bit harder. I know they both hit hard, Lee and Ahmed. I don't know, is there damage? I mean, even if there is damage to Ahmed, it just doesn't really matter on this track, if you get what I mean. Like, it is Monza. It is literally straight lines. It's 1-1, you know, it's basically 1-1 wins. You know, you basically just wanted 0-1 wins now. Really not that big a difference, to be honest with you. But we'll see if he decides to pit. He's certainly losing a lot of pace. The same with Lee. We'll see what they decide to do. But yeah, Matt and I closing in on the F2 race leader, who of course will be loving this free air. And Yuri, by the way, trying to get himself up past Goater. But yeah, Metzi's got over a second now, and Yuri, he does a smart thing here. He's going to whip at a DRS, and he's going to try and pass in the main straight. But I'm more interested in seeing how Metza defends against Matter, or doesn't. Lee decides he will pit. Ahmed, seeing he didn't have any damage then, I guess, and decides not to pit. He will pursue his lead instead, and we'll see if he can catch back up. Kyle is looking a bit of a pressure though. He's up into third place here in the F2 tier. And we'll see what he can do. And we're seeing yellow flags, and I thought that might be Goater, and it is. Goater has taken the Nico Rosberg line, which has gone wrong, evidently, by the fact that he's had to, well, he was facing sideways. And he parks up. That is the end of the race for him. And that means Lee, oh. Codemasters. I mean, you could have walked through that chicane quicker than he was driving through, and you're still gonna give him a penalty. What the hell is wrong with this game sometimes, honestly? He was going there for a snail's pace, and I just wonder what's happening to Zenki. Has Zenki had a bit of a moment there through a Ascari or something? Is he fancying the pit lane too early, I guess? But he is under pressure for the lead of this race. And he's got Matt and he's got Future both bearing down on him. And that will not be a comfortable sight, I imagine. But we're seeing his teammates pretty good at defending and keeping his lead. Let's see how the main man does it in the F1s here. We've got, Ahmed into the pits early and speeding. That might affect his chances of a victory for F2 quite dramatically. And also, since he's pitting earlier, could that affect his chance of the fastest lap going on some mediums? This does greatly increase Metz's chances, it has to be said here. Because imagine he'll be sticking out for the soft run. As you can tell, I am quite a fan of this idea of getting someone to have a team with 54 points. I don't know, it'd be quite cool. You know, it would really be a good way of showing their dominance. I mean, they haven't. It's not like they're topping the championship, is it? You know, at the minute, Haas are only looking at getting 18 points provisionally. It'll probably fall back down to 15, but yeah, 54 point haul. That would be quite useful, wouldn't it? That would nearly double their points for the whole, you know, season, Germany onwards, obviously. But yeah, it looks like Zenki's been able to resist the pressure and pull away a little bit. Future here is looking at a move, possibly, but I think, oh man, that is a dummy and a half there from Matt. And when he went for it, he knew Future was going to go for it as well. And I wonder if Future may have got a little bit tricked there. He's going onto the mediums. I don't know, I've just got a feeling that he didn't quite want to do that. To be honest with you, but I don't know. Let's not theorize about whether he actually wanted to pit or not. Let's just praise the dummy there from Matt, because that is exactly how you do a dummy. Because I saw a dummy like that a few times now, where it's so good to see a proper dummy work out. And let's just hope it does work out. We'll see. Ahmed being overtaken there, in a bit of trouble possibly. Lee up ahead of him. I remember Lee was in all sorts of drama, hitting the back of Ahmed, and somehow managed to get ahead, even after front wing change. So did Ahmed change his front wing as well in the pit lane, or has he just been struggling? Either way, this is a major issue now for Ahmed, and his chances of this F2 win are gone if it stays behind this this Toro Rosso of Lee, I think, to be honest with you. And looks like Matt is starting to close a little bit on Zenki. Looks like Future came out in a decent enough gap. And Matt does that again, where he just sort of goes towards the pit and then doesn't. You can't really, you know, dummy the person in front of you. It doesn't quite work that way. But still, I admire his attempts. And Kyle, I said he was getting pretty close. He was in DRS there, and Metza said no, and decided he's going to pit instead and get rid of them tyres. Now, will it be for the softs or will it be for the mediums? Trying to have a little look there, and it's going to be the soft compound tyres. So, fastest lap time, can he do it? Will he get himself the F2 fastest lap? That is the question. He should keep the lead. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. He's in a decent gap because Yuri's had to pit as well, and Lee's nowhere near him. So yeah, this could be crucial to McLaren's victory here. What could also be crucial is this, because Matt is actually going for the full race lead here. He's closing on Zenki, but he got it a bit wrong there through Ascari, and that could give Zenki just enough time to go into the pits. He's got his pit light on, he is in his pit window. Matt as well. Will they box together? I suspect they might. Or will Zenki try a Matt style dummy? Let's see. Nah, they do pit. No games there. What about Matthew? Well, Matthew, yes, he will pit as well. Matter, imagine he'll do the same. Let's see, the leading to the McLaren garage ahead of the Renault garage. That means if it's a good stop for the Renault boys, they could jump the McLaren here. We'll see. Nearly, but not quite. Matter takes the lead. Did the Fosi go wild? They see a Ferrari at the head of the Italian Grand Prix. Where's Future at? Has the dummy went well? I think it has. No major dramas there. They got Robojeep in between. And Robojeep could actually get involved here. Does Robojeep decide to go around the outside here of Matt? No. He decides against that. Let's see. Metza gets ready to start a lap. So we'll be monitoring that. He should pass Carl as well. Yes, he does. I completely forgot to check that bit. Yeah, that's quite important, isn't it? The lead of the race. Oh, Robojeep's got that wrong. He's got a penalty for it as well. And Future back ahead. So any disturbance that would have caused is null and void now. Doesn't matter. So Zenki then holds the F1 lead provisionally. And Metza holds the F2 lead provisionally. So they're on for a 52-point haul at the moment, the McLaren team. It's lap 11 out of 27, so there's still over half the race to go. A lot can happen in that time. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So Zenki, will Matter pit this lap? I've really sort of got no choice. Okay, ignore that. He's going to lead a lap instead. So Matter leads a lap then at the Italian Grand Prix, and that'll please the Italian fans. The Tifosi, you can hear them cheering there in the background very quietly, but you can you can't hear them. I promise. But yep, Matter does lead a lap. Let's just hope his tires don't blow up now as a result of going this far on a set at the super softs. It's quite impressive. But yeah, remember, I think he did actually qualify these as well, so that'll be an extra sort of 2 laps onto this. He's on a mega stint on these. So really impressive. Issue is, he's just not going to keep the lead, is he? He's just going to come out in that P5 again. Or P5 again. So, yeah, he's doing it for fun, I guess. Let's see. What was the Metza lap? That's not what I want to be looking at. Let's see. I mean, that's a 23.8. It is not quick enough at the moment. He needs to be going quicker than that. He's got Kyle bearing down if he, you know, starts to go a little quicker than that. Still, it's time. Zenki does hold the fastest lap at the moment. We'll see if he can extend it as Matt does the quicker driver out, so maybe it won't quite happen. And he may even have a chance of taking the lead. You never know. You have plenty of ERS capabilities here, and as they head down towards main straight and turn 1, Matter pits, and Zenki does still get the fastest lap, but he may not keep the lead for much longer because down towards turn 1, Matt, does he finally go for it? No, he doesn't. He still doesn't have enough time. Even on a straight as long as this one, you just cannot get close enough. I'm not saying this issue with anyone else, it's quite surprising. And as you can see, Matthew there, miles ahead of Matter. You got yellows in sector 3, what could that be for? Don't know if that was for Yuri, it might have been. He's broke his front wing now, look on the right. And Matt putting the pressure on. Can he find a way past Zenki? We've got a long way to go here. And a lot can still change. DRS is obviously enabled, but this is one of the worst spots to use it. Anyone who makes a move into here is either suicidal or amazing at this game, to be honest with you. No in between, to be honest. And Matthew ahead of Robo Jeep. Let's just say he let him through, okay? There's no way that someone... No. I'm not having my point proven wrong instantly. And Matt, does he do it this time round? He's about as close as he was last lap. I think he can try and break the Sylvie light, but he'll probably want to keep this race in line. He knows that Matt couldn't catch up being this close last time, so why does he defend this time? And yeah, Matt isn't close enough this time. Wonder if later on in the race it will end up coming down to a bit of a dive bomb. We'll see how that all works out. But Matt, certainly hot on his heels anyway. He's they're both miles ahead of Future. I fear has made a bad strategy call. I don't know, how do you think about Kyle overtaken there by Lee? I wonder if Kyle lost time anywhere. Look at the lap times again. I mean, it's only like half a tenth. Come on, Metzer. Find that extra time and get this living points haul. Oof. Anyway. Is that a lap's car these guys are catching there? Or I do hope it's a ghost. Oh, that's not a ghost. That's Yuri. These Renaults are gonna sandwich the McLaren here. Yuri will be looking back and thinking, you know what? I may not get the win here, but I can certainly help my teammate along. This could end up being some pretty ingenious teamwork, or just a complete consequence, or not consequence. What do you call it? Coincidence. That's what you call it. Not consequence. Well, yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Let's just talk about someone else. Matt, once again, just isn't close enough. He likes to sort of, you know, pretend he's going to go for a move, and then he realises, oh, I need an extra 2 miles to have to catch up to him. And so he doesn't actually go for it. But, yeah, he's closing this time, though. Will he have it going to the chicane? I do think this would be a good place for DRS, you see. I wish they would actually put it here instead of down to Ascari, because you can see how much he closes with Curva Grande. I think it'd be a pretty decent race for DRS. A pretty decent place to put DRS, that's better. As Yuri lets him through, so because that conspiracy. Get your 10-foot hats away, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to need them today. And Matt, he got a bit too eager into Let's Move 2 there. Didn't quite get what he wanted there on the exit. But once again, you're not going to get a move into here anyway, unless you're let through by an F2 driver, and definitely not passing Bromley. And these two look like having a good battle, don't they? Up towards the chicane. Kyle, I tell you what, Kyle is losing buckets of time. Being stuck behind the F1 driver. I wonder if Lee maybe fancies a swap with Robo Jeep there. Who's to be the F1 or the F2 there, because he looks to be struggling while Robo Jeep's up there in 5th. Lee down in just 8th. And Matt, he's been sick of 2nd. He doesn't want it anymore. He's going for the lead. Right on the outside. He should have no issues there. And Zenki finally loses the lead of the Italian Grand Prix, but then Matt goes deep. It's a good exit from Zenki. He could actually get in the system here and have another go. Will he try and get the lead straight back off Matt? Let's see. As they head through, you can see here that I mean, it's closing, but is it close enough? Down the inside goes Zenki. He'll get a nice exit, but he doesn't decide to go for it. He decides he's gonna wait and just try with DRS. As Robo Jeep pits, he's going to be going on to the Supers. They should get to the end. Shouldn't be much of an issue there. And DRS, Zenki, number 15. Oh man. Yuri forgot that there was a wall there, I think, and nearly drove straight into it there. Just about realised at the last moment that he was about to crash. That's an awkward mistake. Oh, I think Matt made a mistake there. Zenki may have the lead a little bit easier than he expected, but this could backfire. Zenki hasn't thought about this. That white line, that was the DRS detection zone. Matt is right up Zenki's rear end here. And he wouldn't even need a DRS. I wonder if that was actually deliberate. I don't think that was a mistake. I think that was just a very clever piece of driving there, because Matt gets straight back past. Zenki's going to have to do it all over again. And down to turn 1, does he fancy a little dive bomb? No, he wants to live. Clever boy. I would have dived, to be honest with you. Anyway, 11 laps to go. Zenki looking at trying to get this lead back from Matt. Kyle still stuck behind Lee, he's catching Metza, so maybe there's a chance still for Kyle. to extend the Champions League by a little bit more to Yuri, although I wonder if anyone will pass. Obviously Mets are taking a win and Yuri being down in 5th. Oh, Zenki doesn't want to be going wide there. That could easily lead to an accident now. But yeah, wonder if we'll be seeing some positions changing in the F2 Championship. I'll check all of them, like, you know, for the next race, which is at Singapore, which will be absolute hell on the tyres. Cannot wait for that. Hell on wheels. I think we should call Singapore. Just scrap the country name. And yeah, Lee gets a penalty. That could affect him. I mean, I know I was saying he's a bit slow compared to his teammate earlier. Completely forgot his teammate had to pit, so yeah, apologies for that. May have forgotten something that's quite important. And Matt, fastest lap of the race. What can Zenki do now? Zenki just not quite gonna get there, is he? Not at the moment. He's got 10 laps, mind you, but he just needs to get close enough and actually have a go, which is a little bit difficult, it appears, in this track. I wonder if they're just running similar setups or something, I don't know. But they're certainly not able to catch each other as you would expect, as Zenki actually hits a penalty. That's one thing I haven't checked there. What about the penalties? Matt with 1 and Zenki with 1, so they go equal on that now. And Kyle gets past Lee, does he? Through turn 1 and 2? Yes, he does. Oh, maybe not. Looks like Lee's coming back for more right around the outside. That was nice. Wish I should have stayed on that now to see the whole thing. But Kyle had a little look on the inside there, and Zenki, he's not going to fall for Matt's trick this time. He's going to stay right behind. He's not going to get past that Renault until turn 1. Here he goes. He's going to put that ERS all the way up. He's going to put that DRS all the way up. And let's see, down towards turn 1, he should have this really good run from Zenki. Down to turn 1 he goes to take the lead of the Italian Grand Prix once again. And where's Matt on the exit? Is he going to get a good run? Unfortunately not as good maybe as he's hoping, but it could be enough to still go to him anyway. Will he go for it? He seems to be using more ERS, I believe. He is indeed. So Zenki, I don't know if he really wanted to defend that one. You would have thought he would have put his ERS up to more than, you know, 0. But yeah, Matt is running his bar down. He's gonna have to start saving. Zenki, he's onto full battery, and he'll be looking to use that soon. Oh, yellows. Ah, that's Yuri off the track again. He's just not having a good day, is he? Just not having a great day. Matt will be coming up to him eventually. Kyle, by the way, just not past Lee yet. Not happening, but they're both still catching Metza. We could be looking for a Grand Slam finish. But them two, and Yuri again having a bit of a drama. As I was just moving up the column to try and get to these two for the lead. And it's a wonder that Yuri's still in this race, to be honest with you. But anyway, here we go, Zenki down towards turn 1. Not going to be close enough this time. And Matt is running on 0 on the ARS there. And still only on, well, yeah, not much. In fact, everyone really, apart from Zenki, are sort of running their bars down, aren't they? They're not the best tactic. Kyle, though, he's got more in his bar than Lee. Must be getting pretty sick of that Toro Rosso at this point. He's got 8 laps to obviously do something about that. And we'll see if he gets it done on lap 20. Let's see, he's got a very nice run. He may get it done now. And the super, or not the supers, the soft versus the mediums. It is the softs that come out on top. And will they stay out on top? As Robo Jeep on the supers, they are supers this time. And the mediums, they go to war. And looks like Lee's catching back up again, is he? Look at it. Is he going to get through? Not going to happen this time. And finally his defence looks like it may have come to an end. What about Ahmed's defence on Robo Jeep? That hasn't quite come to an end. Of course that is preferred place in F2. Very desirable position, that one. And Robo Jeep might get it now. Oh, as Yuri finally kills himself. Oh dear, and these two killed themselves as well. You can slow down all you want, Robojeep, you can, but you've just smashed him off, man. And that's a bad way to see a fight end, isn't it, with Ahmed in the wall. But luckily for him, if he can just pit and change his tires, he'll still get P4. So yeah, as long as he knows that, he won't rage quit. And well, look at that. Looks like Kyle has not got past for good, and Lee somehow finds a way back past again. As Zenki sets his fastest first sector of the race and nearly dies on the exit of the chicane. As Ahmed gets a penalty. Let's see, Kyle, I mean, he must be getting a little sick of him now. You know, by the end of the race, he'll want to delete that image of a Toro Rosso from his mind, and he just backs off completely. That's why he can't get past and stay past, and looks like Zenki with DRS actually got pretty gosh darn close to the back of Matt's car, and he's starting to save his DRS by the way, is Matt. And Zenki will maybe want to just pass him before he can do all that, so that, you know, he can pull away a little bit. He's got plenty of his bar left. I imagine in the last 3 laps he'll just go hell for leather on it, but we'll see if he wants to get past now. Maybe he'll just sit behind, he'll just conserve his fuel, he'll do whatever he needs to do, and then when it's time to go for it, he'll go for it. And I wonder that time is now. He has the DRS, he's got his ERS as well, and it is going to be the lead again of the Italian Grand Prix for Zenki. And let's see, will he keep it this time? Will Matt go back up the inside? He certainly had a look, and there's a bit of contact as Zenki just says, "You're not getting through here," and then forgets, oh wait, I have to accelerate. So Matt gets straight back past. And yeah, it appears that they just can't hold the lead no matter where they go, these guys. Zenki's still on the inside. Does he finish the move? Will he do what he did before and just leave Matt no room? Or will Matt just be well, he'll be wiser to it this time and just say, fine, you do that, you go through, I'll save my ERS and I'll get ready to attack you in the next few laps and put you under all the pressure in the world and win. Is probably what he hopes to be saying anyway. In terms of fastest laps, it looks like, to me anyway, let's just see here if I'm any good at this whole mathematics thing. It should be Ahmed that will get it for the F2 tier at the moment, so we'll have a look at that. But it looks like Matt's going to get it for F1 tier, so that'll be some Mercedes and Renault extra points. But it will still be the win for F1 and F2's McLarens, which may or may not be a first, I don't know. Just for this tier in general, for, you know, both tiers to be won by the same team. I don't know if we've seen that yet. That'll be a 52-point haul, and something that's pretty impressive. And certainly helped them in their constructors. Like I say, Kyle only going to be getting 18 points for the half team. Not the most comfortable for them. And McLaren down in 5th in the constructors. They could end up a lot higher than that after this, because it looks like Zenki's starting to pull away a little bit. Let's see if anyone else is saying anything in the YouTube chat. And Sam there saying 22 minutes ago, little bit late, that that Metz he is looking like a dark horse for this F2 title. I do agree. He's not a million miles away. He's only 42 points off, and he's already going to be getting 26 today, which is going to be nice compared to Kyle's 18. So you know, he'll start to get that gap going down, and if Yuri keeps making mistakes like that, then he'll, yeah, the guys will start to fall by the wayside for him if he can just keep this up. So yeah, I do agree with that. I do think that Meta could be a dark horse for this title, and he's certainly one to watch. Matt, though, challenger leader here, is not looking like he's going to be taking the victory at the moment. They both have 1 penalty each, I believe, so that's not going to come into it. It's all about this battle on track. And as you can see, Zenki has started to use that ERS, and Matt actually now does have more than him. So he's got a bit of an upper hand in that aspect. We'll see if he can actually do anything with it though, as we enter the final 4 laps here in Italy. We're looking at a bit of a grandstand finish here, and that is exciting. Whoop. And let's just see if Ahmed was able to get that fastest. Yes, yeah, I mean, of course he did. So, yeah, Mercedes and Renault are going to pick up them extra points for fastest lap, and it's going to be the 2 McLarens at the moment who'll be taking 26 points home each. But let's not jump the gun on this one, because Matt is absolutely putting as much pressure as he possibly can do. on the McLaren driver, who kicks a bit of grass and dust into his face and says, "Go away," and he's just like, "No." You gotta admit, I'm great at imagining what these drivers are saying. To be honest though, if it was me, I'd just be, you know, screaming and shouting and swearing at them. So, I mean, they're probably acting a little bit more mature than me, which is why I'm in a winning position here. But anyway, yeah, Matt putting a lot of pressure on Zenki. You know, they always say, oh, he'll be looking in his mirrors, but look at them mirrors, they're horrendous. He'll just be looking behind him. As they head down towards turn 1, let's see, Zenki, he's got the lead at the moment. It's not effective, is it, the DRS? We saw this in the first stint for Matt, and he's got the braking a bit wrong. He'll try and make it into me, but it didn't quite work out for him. And as Lee's brave defence finally ended, yes, in the gravel. Oh dear. 17 lap old mediums, I wonder if they've started to expire. Have they expired on them? Have they punctured? Rear right? Didn't look great? I don't know. Maybe he just made a mistake, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to make up an imaginary puncture. But yeah, Matt, oh man, Matt is pushing Zenki right to the limit here. Maybe he didn't think that that turn 1 move was very fair. I think it was just an accident. But this is going to be interesting. DRS down towards the Ascari chicane for the leader of this race. This could be some move. He can pull it off. And Zenki just cuts across and says, no, not today. He's not going to get this off me. I've only got 3 laps to go. I'm sure as hell not going to let him through now. But Matt, what's he going to do here? Will Zenki just slow down? No, Matt slows down. Matt knows what he has to do for the DRS here. He's got Zenki in the worst position possible. Zenki under some huge pressure, but then Matt goes off. Matt goes wide. It will give him a very nice run up towards turn 1. But will the DRS be actually affected this time? Unlike last time, it's going to be more effective, but he's just not closing enough to go for some proper good late braking stuff here. Only 2 to go, and Zenki is holding on by a thread. Any mistake from him and a lead, the win will be gone. And by the way, Matthew as well, he is right on the back of Future, trying to steal a podium off the man on 17 lap old mediums. And it's all closing up here at the end of the Italian Grand Prix. Just 2 to go. And who is going to win this race for the F1 side of things? And who's also going to get the podium? F2 looks pretty done and dusted, doesn't it? And Matter fancies the fastest lap. That'll take that point off Matt. So we have to keep an eye on that one. But Matt, he's only got 1 lap to go. And he's in a good position. He's got plenty of ERS. He can throw everything at it. But so can Zenki. They're both going to throw absolutely everything at this. And it could, you know, I don't want to say it will happen, but it could end up in the wall. You don't know how desperate these guys can get in the last lap. Especially in a shot like this, where overtaking is so quote-unquote easy. So let's see. Matt, what's he going to do? We've seen that he's just not able to close very quickly with the DRS. Will he finally close this time? Final lap of the Italian Grand Prix. And time is running out. Matt, great run. Goes for the outside line. Into turn 1. He's not going to get it right now. But Zenki's broke really deep. And then look at that. They've locked wheels. Stopped at the exit of turn 1. And on the exit, Matt gets through. But Zenki's going to be on the slipstream. He's going to be going for this. He's nearly out of fuel, by the way. Look at that. They're both not great on fuel, but it's certainly worse for Zenki. So we'll see if he has to run out there. But Zenki is losing this win right at the moment. And then he nearly spins. He does lose the back end massively. And that ends his chances of winning the Italian Grand Prix right at the last. And we got yellows in sector 3 as well. What's happening there? Don't know what's happening there. But Zenki on the final lap, he's well and truly bottled this one, hasn't he? Unless there's extra penalties. Let's just quickly check that. Any penalties to talk about? Nothing extra. It's all looking good then for Matt. He's going to take this win for the Renault team. He's looking at getting 26 points at the moment, but we have to just remember that Matt is out there trying to set a fastest lap. We have to keep an eye on that one. But Matt, he left it to the very last lap to get it done. And when he did, he got it done properly. He kept it. And towards the line, Matt is going to take the Italian Grand Prix for the F1s here. Zenki in second place. Future will come to the line to take third with Matthew in fourth place. Metza, He's going to take a victory for McLaren in the F2 tiers it stands. He's 3 seconds ahead of Kyle. Don't know about penalties. We'll have to wait and see how that one works out. But it's going to be a second and a first for McLaren. And that's going to really help compared to the 1 second place for the Haas behind. 26-point haul for Metza. You can't really ask much more of him. Only 1 extra point was out there, but when Ahmed put them new tyres on, wasn't going to happen. And it is Metza who takes the F2 victory then. And let's see, will Matter set the fastest lap? He does. So that's the extra point going to him for the Ferrari team, meaning Matt only takes 25 for the win. And that'll mean Zenki taking 19 for second place. What a fantastic end to that race, and what a great battle throughout. The top 2 there really went for it there, and you can see on the final lap how hard they were all pushing there. Zenki just losing it at the last as Matt, the championship leader, takes yet another victory this season. And he now will probably be starting to think about when he's going to take this title in the end. When is that going to happen? Because he is up there and he's still going strong. And that is your podium top 3 then. It is Matt from Zenki and then Future, the Northern Irishman. Good job. Nice one. Loving it. So let's confirm the order then. So it's Matt. We'll go in terms of tier, shall we? So we've got in F1 tier first. We've got Matt, Zenki, Future, Matthew, Matter, and Lee. Then your retirement there was Magid Showman and the Haas. Sorry, I forgot his name. That's really bad. Apologies. And then the F2s here. Your winner was Metza from Kyle, and then Rubojeep, Ahmed, and your retirements there was Yuri, Luke, and I think Goater as well. Yes. So that is it. That has been your Italian Grand Prix for VSL, and a very good one at that. Very much enjoyed that one. We'll be back next week for the Hell on Rails. And yeah, we will see you next time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Safe travels and take care.